Welcome, football fans, to this NFL Week 14 review on Tim Reynolds Show, as I'm reviewing all the games from this past Week 14, and we're kicking it off here with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers taking on the Las Vegas Raiders, and we've seen the Bucs get a 28-13 victory after the Las Vegas Raiders offense wasn't able to get anything going throughout the game, and even though the Raiders defense played really tough throughout this matchup, we see quarterback Baker Mayfield have almost 300 yards passing and 3 passing touchdowns, including two to rookie wide receiver Jalen McMillan, as the Buccaneers were able to get their 7th victory of the year. And now with this win, they passed the Atlanta Falcons for the division lead in the NFC South. Next, we see the Atlanta Falcons traveling to take on the Minnesota Vikings in Week 14, and the Vikings were able to get a big victory in this one, 42-21, after Minnesota scored 21 points in the fourth quarter, and we've seen the Atlanta Falcons offense once again struggle, as starting quarterback Kirk Cousins now has 8 interceptions and 0 touchdowns in his last 4 games. A tough blow for this Atlanta Falcons team, as their defense gave up 42 points, as Sam Darnold, the Minnesota Vikings starting quarterback, had 347 yards passing and 5 passing TDs to help lead the Vikings to their 11th victory on the year, as they are now 11-2 and 6-1 at home after this victory. Next, we have the best matchup of the weekend, as we see the Buffalo Bills travel to take on the Los Angeles Rams, and we would see a combined 86 points scored in this ball game, as wide receiver Puka Nacua of the Los Angeles Rams has 12 catches for 162 yards and 1 receiving touchdown and 1 rushing touchdown to help lead this Los Angeles Rams team to a big victory, 44-42 over the Buffalo Bills, to keep their playoff hopes alive. And we see Josh Allen, the quarterback of the Buffalo Bills, becomes only the 2nd player in NFL history to be responsible for 3 touchdown passes and 3 rushing TDs, as Josh Allen scores 6 touchdowns in this game, throws for 342 yards, but it would not be enough, as the Buffalo Bills now fall to 10-3 after this loss. All 3 of their losses coming on the road this year, and the Rams now improved to 7-6 to help their playoff chances in the 2024 NFL season and help their chances in the division as well. Next up, we see the New Orleans Saints traveling to take on the New York Giants, and we would see a struggle for both of these offenses in this matchup, as we see the New Orleans Saints were able to get the victory 14-11 after their special teams came up big with a blocked field goal at the end for the Saints to get the victory here, as quarterback Drew Lock and the New York Giants offense weren't able to get anything going with Drew Lock under center, as the Saints get their 5th victory of the year. Next up, we see the Carolina Panthers traveling to take on the Philadelphia Eagles, and the Panthers really gave the Eagles a run for their money in this one after another impressive outing by quarterback Bryce Young, as we see he was able to connect with Adam Thielen on 9 catches for 102 yards, but it would not be enough, as the Philadelphia Eagles were able to get the 22-16 victory after running back Saquon Barkley has 20 carries for 124 yards, and he now sets a new Philadelphia Eagles single season franchise record for rushing yards in a single season. With 4 weeks still remaining, we'll see Saquon Barkley now extend that rushing record to maybe where it may not even be broken again, as the Eagles now improve to 11-2 and 5-1 at home after this close victory against the Carolina Panthers. And then next up, guys, we would see the Cleveland Browns travel to take on the Pittsburgh Steelers, and the Steelers were able to get a 27-14 victory in this game, as we see the offense was able to control the ball all game long, but it was the Pittsburgh Steelers defense that really was able to come up with some costly turnovers from the Browns offense, as quarterback Jameis Winston again had a couple of costly turnovers in this game. Even though he throws for 212 yards and 2 touchdowns, it would not be enough, as the Pittsburgh Steelers get the victory to improve to 10-3 and 5-1 at home. And then next up here, guys, on the Sunday slate, we would see the New York Jets traveling to take on the Miami Dolphins, and the Dolphins get the walk-off victory in overtime as we see the end of this game in regulation, seeing the New York Jets go down the field and go ahead with a field goal with less than 50 seconds remaining. But we would see the Miami Dolphins walk down the field and get the game-time field goal to send it into overtime at 26-26, and then get the victory to walk it off in overtime 32-26 as Tua Tagovailoa is able to complete the pass to tight end Jonnu Smith to walk it off in overtime. And now the Dolphins keep their playoff hopes alive with this victory as they improve to 6-7 on the year. But the New York Jets, after this loss, are now eliminated from playoff contention as Aaron Rodgers has one of his best games of the year with 339 yards passing and a passing touchdown. And Davante Adams also had himself a fantastic day in this game. As we see here, he had 9 catches for 109 yards and a touchdown, but the Jets are now eliminated from playoff contention after this loss against the Miami Dolphins. Then next up, guys, we've seen the Seattle Seahawks travel to take on the Arizona Cardinals, and the Seahawks were able to improve to 8-5 after getting a 30-18 victory over the Arizona Cardinals. And it was the running game that was very, very good for the Seattle Seahawks team, as we see Charbonnet, the running back, have 134 yards rushing and 2 rushing TDs to help lead the Seattle Seahawks team to a big victory in the division to improve to 8-5 and 5-1 on the road here in week 14. Then next up, guys, we've seen the Chicago Bears traveling to take on the San Francisco 49ers, and the Niners get a big bounce back victory in this one, 38-13, blowing out the Chicago Bears as Brock Purdy has one of his best games of his career, throwing 20 for 25 for 325 yards and 2 passing TDs to help lead the San Francisco 49ers to their 6th win on the year, as they're looking to hopefully get back in this division race here in the NFC West. And then next up, guys, speaking up the NFC West, we've seen a slobber knocker on Sunday Night Football, where we've seen the Los Angeles Chargers travel to take on the Kansas City Chiefs, and the Chiefs would get the go-ahead field goal at the end of regulation to get the victory 19-17 as they hit the game winner with their 3rd string kicker, as we see Wright was able to get it off of a doink for the division. That's right, as the Kansas City Chiefs were able to stop a Chargers comeback in the second half, as all 17 points were scored in the second half from the Chargers. And even though the defense for the Chargers played a tough game, we would see Patrick Mahomes execute a 2-minute drive at the end of this game, running out the clock with the time that was remaining to kick the game-winning field goal to get the victory, and they clinched their 9th straight AFC West title with this victory to improve to 12-1 and undefeated at home at 7-0. Then next up, guys, on the Sunday slate, we have the Jacksonville Jaguars taking on the Tennessee Titans, and not much to talk about with this one, guys, as the Jacksonville Jaguars were able to pull out the victory 10-6 over the Tennessee Titans here. Just too many mistakes made by both teams in this one, but the Jacksonville Jaguars are able to deny the Tennessee Titans on 4th down to get their 3rd win of the year here in this game. Then next up, guys, we're going over that Thursday Night Football matchup where we've seen the Green Bay Packers travel to take on the Detroit Lions, and the Lions were able to hit the game-winning field goal after a 4th down gamble on the last drive of the game, and they were able to run the clock all the way down and hit the game winner to win 34-31 over the Green Bay Packers, as the Detroit Lions now clinch a playoff spot and have swept the season series against the Green Bay Packers, a tough division foe, after Jared Goff has 283 yards passing and 3 passing TDs to lead his team to victory. A tough loss here for the Packers, as we see Jacobs had 3 rushing touchdowns in this game and almost had a 4th in a receiving touchdown that was called back, and Christian Watson had another really good game with 4 catches for 114 yards, but it would not be enough as the Packers now fall to 9-4 on the season, and the Lions improved to 12-1 on the year and 6-1 at home after this victory. Then last year, guys, on Tim Reynolds Show's Week 14 review, we see Monday Night Football where the Cincinnati Bengals took on the Dallas Cowboys, and the ending of this game was crazy as we seen a special teams blunder from the Dallas Cowboys after the Cincinnati Bengals had to punt the ball away with just a few minutes remaining. We would see a blocked punt from the special teams of the Cowboys, but after that block, somebody on the special teams of the Cowboys would touch the ball, and that means that we would see the Dallas Cowboys unfortunately not get possession of the ball as the Cincinnati Bengals were able to take possession there and march down the field to get the go-ahead touchdown from Joe Burrow to Ja'Marr Chase, as we see Joe Burrow had 369 yards passing and 3 passing TDs to go to Ja'Marr Chase, who caught 2 of those touchdowns with 171 yards receiving on 14 catches to help lead this Cincinnati Bengals team to their 5th win of the year as they get the victory over the Dallas Cowboys in Jerry World. And a tough loss here for Dallas as we see Dowdle, the running back, had a career day with 131 yards rushing on 18 carries, but it would not be enough. That's too many mistakes at the end of the day cost this Dallas Cowboys team as the Cincinnati Bengals get the victory. And guys, this has been your NFL Week 14 review on Tim Reynolds Show. Please make sure you guys like and subscribe to the channel and leave some comments on what you guys thought of this Week 14 review on Tim Reynolds Show. And thank you guys for all the support and happy holidays here from Tim Reynolds Show. I hope you guys are enjoying all the NFL content from Tim Reynolds Show this year as the 2024 season is ending here pretty soon. But as we end the 2024 year, thank you guys from Tim Reynolds Show for all the support, for all the likes, for all the comments, and for subscribing to Tim Reynolds Show, this badass football and sports entertainment channel, just trying to bring you guys more sports coverage on all of your favorites, including WWE show reviews and everything happening in football right here on Tim Reynolds Show. Thank you guys so much. Please make sure you like and subscribe to the channel and check out more college football content right here on Tim Reynolds Show, and NFL content and WWE show reviews right here on the sports entertainment channel, Tim Reynolds Show. Thank you for all the support, guys. Peace out.